Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and today, Ringside crew, you're in for a treat. This young lady has a family lineage like no other. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Jessie Belle. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside, Jessie. Welcome.
What about her? How are you? I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome, Jessie. So, let's talk about your lineage in the pro wrestling. Explain who you're trained by, who explain to my audience.
All right. Well, let's start off with the first and foremost. I am known as the second generation female sensation, wild-eyed Southern girl, and that is because rest in peace. Tracy Smothers, the wild-eyed Southern boy, basically adopted me, took me under his wing, made me his, supported me, trained me, and took me everywhere and told everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody from Dixie Carter to Vince McMahon to Jerry the King Lawler. He told all of them that I was his daughter because he wanted to protect me in this business. So that's how I got my start.
Awesome. So, was it do you find it that it was easy for you or hard for you to get this rise within a legendary name like Mr. Smothers? Do you find it easier that you're connected with his name, or is it harder to get where you are?
Well, if I'm being honest, I think he helped me out a whole lot as far as people not walking all over me or showing up at shows and not getting paid or being respected and stuff like that. That was his idea. And that comes on the independent level, but he was always worried about whether or not his relationship and experiences. Sorry, I'm looking for a way outside because we just had a band start. So he was always worried about, there we go. He was worried about his reputation with people like Vince McMahon and people who were in charge. He was afraid that they were going to be judgmental or be nasty towards me because of him and his history. So and I always he even told me back in 2011, I think it was 2011, there was this big controversy thing you could probably look up and find on Google on Jessie Belle's not really my daughter. And he told me, he was I did that because he had so much heat with Vince McMahon and other people that were high up in the office that he didn't want his heat to rub off on me. So he was so he told me before he started making those announcements and stuff like that, he was look, you need to divide yourself from me. You need to do this and you need to do that. And my answer was always, you know what, Pops, if they got a problem with you, then they got a problem with me. And I don't want to fuck with them no ways, excuse my language. So, so, so Pops, everything that he always did, literally up until the day he died, was he was like looking out for me and trying to do what was best for me and give me the best opportunity in my career. And I'm probably the one that fucked that up, because as soon as he said that it was like, okay, you need to like cut ties from me because I have heat, because I did this, that, and the other, I was like, fuck that. If they got heat with you, they got heat with me. And yeah, that's the way that we went with it. Cheers.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I have a cup full of pens. Does that count? I have my Ghostbusters Afterlife cup. Cheers.
Ding.
Poisoning or something.
Oh my God. Like, it's like, you know how they say like father, like daughter, like all the time, and Pops died of the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And you actually are getting the scoop on this. Although it's a shitty scoop to get, it kind of really sucks for real. Within the last 3 weeks, I have been diagnosed with stage 2 to stage 3 breast cancer. I have to have a double mastectomy done on the 6th of January. I've announced my doing my retirement from in-ring professional wrestling, and it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on right now, and you are the one to break the story.
Wow. That's horrible. That's so sad.
Yeah, no, but we're not going to focus on that.
Yeah. So when it comes to when the legendary wrestler, your Pops, when he trained you, what was like the toughest part of the training that he gave you?
You know what? I think it was so he had Mickey Knuckles come in to come and train me. And I think the hardest thing was he would just be like, man, women, they hate you. And I'm like, yeah. And he'd be like, no, like, women hate you so much. And I think that was like a big hard part of the learning thing for me, because like I just wanted to wrestle. Like I was just happy to be there. Like I just wanted to be a part of the show. I just wanted to wrestle. I just wanted to do whatever. But women, be it like whether they were wives, whether they were on the show or whatever it was, they didn't like me at all. Pops used to say that they got heat like Sherry Martel. Like all I had to do was show up, and women were like, he would be, his words were, if those women had a gun, they'd shoot you right there. They right there. He'd be like, you just want to be here. You're just happy to be here. You just want to wrestle. He'd be like, they'd kill you if they could. So, I mean, I guess that was like a big thing, that like, I just loved it. I was like, I've always just been like, I'm just happy to be here. I just want to wrestle. I just want to be on the show. I just want to participate. I just want to have fun. Like, I love it. And that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, do you remember your very first match in the Indies?
Oh my God, it was so bad. Like, can I tell you? So, I've seen what they say on what is it, Wikipedia, or there's some kind of, all right, so when y'all think, oh, Jessie Belle's a redneck, or she plays a redneck, or whatever it is, no, I am that redneck. I am technically illiterate, tech-tarded, not meaning to be like offensive in any way. I'm just dumb, okay? And I will own that. So, but Wikipedia or whatever that website is that tries to tell you how stuff happens, they got it wrong. My very first match was supposed to be a singles match between me and Diane von Hoffman. And it was supposed to be in Memphis, Indiana at the flea market for Bobo Brazil Jr. Well, excuse me. Yeah, I spit because I'm a redneck. It was supposed to be a singles match. Well, when we get there, I'm told, hey, this is no longer going to be a singles match. This is going to be an intergender tag match. And I'm like, what? I don't know an intergender tag match. I ain't trained for an intergender tag match. All I know is my singles match that I'm supposed to have with Diane von Hoffman. So we get there and she's like, don't worry. Whenever the women get in, we're going to do our match and we're going to fight. And when the guys are in, they're going to fight. Cool, fine, whatever. We're good. So I was feeling in a pretty good mood. So I was being a really nice guy that day. So me and my tag team partner, we go out first and they're like, introduce it. And honestly, I feel horrible, but I cannot remember his name. I just can't. I mean, it's been 20 years ago, but they introduce us and we come out there and we jump up onto the second turnbuckles and they fall. Like they break, they detach from the turnbuckles. I'm not kidding.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's what happens. So they send everybody back to the back. They send Diane von Hoffman and her tag partner, whom I don't remember, back. And then they send me and my tag partner to the back. And then for 45 minutes, they are duct taping. I ain't kidding, y'all. They are duct taping the ropes to the turnbuckles. And so this is my first match ever. I have not had a professional training school or anything like that. And so 45 minutes later, after they have duct taped the ropes back up, they're like, all right, y'all, go back out there. Your music's getting ready to play. Don't touch the ropes. And I'm like, my opponent, Diana von Hoffman, she is, I don't know, 100 pounds on me. So every bit of offense that I was intending on using was going to be coming off the ropes, coming off the turnbuckle, using speed, using agility, using height. And I can't do none of this now. So it was so terrible. The whole time I'm like, I don't know what to do. 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 Referee, help me. Like, yeah, that's what it was. Like, it was really funny. It's funny now, but like it was terrifying then because I didn't have the training, you know what I mean, to support myself.
Yeah. So how many states have you actually wrestled in, Jessie?
Let's see. All right. If you're looking at a map of the United States and you start at Michigan and you head east to New York, and then you hit all of those East Coast, like Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, all those, Rhode Island, all those little states, go all the way down to Florida, go all the way west to Texas, and then go back up north to Michigan, where we started. And then you add Texas, Nevada, and California. Those are the states that I have wrestled in. I've turned down multiple other states and multiple other countries. But I think it was like I turned down Japan 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm a chicken shit. Like I may be a badass in the ring, but when it comes to going out of country, I say the same thing every time. I saw Taken and I ain't going. No, not going.
Is there a reason why you won't go to Japan, or was it just like something too far of a trip?
Honestly, I just like, even though the offers that I got, like it was a good, like I was given really good offers to go. I just like, that was never my idea. Like my plan was, oh, I'm gonna go wrestle, and I just want to wrestle in these itty bitty towns that I'm from, and then oh my god, all of a sudden I'm in OVW, and oh my god, all of a sudden I'm at WOW, and oh my god, all of a sudden I'm everywhere. But leaving the country was like, that was never something that I wanted. So every time that I was propositioned to leave the country, I came with a follow up like, oh, are you gonna bring my pops Tracy Smothers, or oh, are you gonna bring my trainer Mickey Knuckles, or oh, are you gonna bring my husband Ryan Howe, or oh, are you gonna bring Shane and like, I didn't want to go by myself because I saw Taken and I ain't going. Like I'm a little chicken shit, so I didn't want to go by myself. That was never my deal. Like my deal was, when I joined wrestling, I just wanted to wrestle, and then it was, I just wanted to do the stuff that my first husband said that I couldn't, and then it was, I just wanted to make it to WWE, and then I ran into a whole bunch of roadblocks that I'm not allowed to talk about. Not allowed to say. So I'm just gonna say that when I couldn't make it to the top tier companies that I believed in the way that I believed it should have been done, I was just like, well, fuck it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is there like any? Because you said you're gonna have to do your. So sad to see hear this. I hate hearing wrestlers when they say they have to, like, hang up the boots. In your case, hang up the cowgirl boots.
Gotta hang up the cowgirl boots.
You like that? You like that, right? You like that, Jesse? You like
that? Yeah.
Makes me sad to hear that because I love my indie wrestlers. And I interview a lot of females. I'm so sad to see you hear that you have cancer. Breaks my heart. It's so sad.
It's okay though. You know what? I'm a person who believes in the power of prayer.
Yes.
And you know what? I honestly think that it's kind of like, God took Pops away in 2020, and he threw a whole lot of other roadblocks at me. And even though my heart wasn't in it at all after I lost Pops, I was like, well, I'm still gonna try to do this. And I had full intentions of retiring in 2025 anyways. You know what I mean? Like 2025 was going to be my last year regardless. So I think that maybe it was almost God being like, well, you say that it's going to be your last year, but I'm going to make sure.
Yeah. Well, do you have an idea who you want to have as your last match when you hang up the boots, or do you not know yet that you have any thoughts?
Honestly, I've already had my last match.
Okay.
And that was in Michigan, against a very, very new up and comer. Had I had a choice, I probably would have said either my tag partner and longtime friend Maria James,
yes,
or my trainer Mickey Knuckles, and longtime friend, because
I forgot to mention this. Mickey Knuckles has been on Dudes at Ringside. She has history on here. Her interview was live on Facebook and YouTube, and she was at a wrestling show, and she was in the car, and we were just chit chatting and talking, and she talked. Her clips on the Dudes at Ringside Instagram page. She talked about how she did a death match, and the light tube went into her thigh, and they couldn't have time. Yeah, there was no time to do the Novocaine. So she's like, pretty much, I had to break out my Southern accent for this. Excuse me for this, but I felt violated, and I asked the guy if you could get. Are you gonna get me dinner? Because I feel violated. And I was
my
God. Horrible impression.
No, like legitimately, Mickey Knuckles is, to this day, when everybody is like, who's the toughest person you ever fought? Mickey Knuckles. Who is this? Who's like your baddest opponent? Mickey Knuckles. It's like it's always going, like it's always gonna be her, because whether we were best of friends or the tightest of foes, she always pushed me to my limit, and I will always absolutely stand on the point that Mickey Knuckles is one of the most talented wrestlers, not just female wrestlers, most talented wrestlers, point blank, period, in the fucking world. She is.
Yeah, she's a beast. Like
She is
the
a
other day,
beast. You don't want to fight her. You
I
don't
was
like,
scared.
there's not
Thinking
many
like,
people that I'm like, I'm scared of that person and I don't want to fight them. But I don't want to fight her. I'd fight her, but I don't want to.
that was a clip that I showed my dad, and he's like, "That's wrestling." He's like, she went through a pile of light tubes that explosion. And she
Dude,
won the
she's so
tournament.
badass. And she's probably just like, meh.
Yeah, she
No
told
big
me,
deal.
she's like,
She's
Joe,
so
it was
tough.
nothing. I could hear her after I said, "Oh my God, Mickey, are you okay?" She's like, "Okay, am I all right about what, Joe?" And I was like, "I just saw a video of you literally going through a bunch of light tubes." And she's like, "Oh, that's nothing." And I'm like, "Oh, jeez."
She's like, that was weeks ago. I'm fine. Like, she's
Yeah,
so tough. She's
yeah.
so
The
fucking tough.
shoulder to be hanging, and she's like, "I'm fine." Like,
It's all good.
me, I'm a podcaster. I I slip at work and I hit my hand and I brace myself on a hot counter and I'm like, "Oh my hand!" Like, "Oh my pussy!" You know the
Right,
TikTok.
right. You have no idea. Like, Pops used to say all the time, it's like, wrestling has no off season. Like all these athletes that think they're so strong, they think they're so tough, whether they play soccer, whether they play basketball, whether they play football, they have an off season. Wrestlers, we ain't got one. Like, we're still traveling, we're still going, we're still like making the show, we're still showing up. So like, dude, Mickey is a badass. Like, she
Shout out to
always,
Mickey
always
Knuckles.
and forever. That bitch is tough as hell.
But outside the ring, the sweetest person. She was excited when she came on here. She's like, "Oh my God, Joe, I'm so excited to be finally on Dudes of Ringside. Finally get on this motherfucker." I was like, "Yes."
Right.
Yep. And also another one that's been on the podcast. Don't know if you're familiar with Randy West, another deathmatch wrestler.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know what's so funny is like, I know all these deathmatch wrestlers. I have multiple wins over Mickey and multiple wins over Randy. But you know what? I don't want to fight them in deathmatch. No, no. Like that's like
That's like going in a cage with a tiger.
that's not fun to me. That doesn't sound like a good idea. And I've had people be like, "Hey, will you come wrestle this deathmatch show?" And I'm like, "Look, you see me? I'm pretty. I don't
Yeah.
want to do it. I'm not
No.
doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, call me shallow, call me scared. I'll accept both, but no.
That's like going in a paid cage with a tiger with a
No.
bloody hand. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like
I'm
going see
smarter
still.
than that. I'm
Yeah.
smarter than that. I
Yeah.
don't want to jump in the piranha tank with chum water. That's a terrible
It's
idea.
like, hold on, you're about to. I'm gonna put you in this piranha tank, but hold on, move your hand open as they slice your
It's,
palm.
it's fine. It's fine. It's
They
fine.
slice
No.
your palm and they
It's
throw you in
no.
the. They push you in the piranha tank. No,
No, I don't belong there. That's not my place. I
I'm
don't
too pretty
belong
for
there.
this. It's those the heel girl, every heel pretty girl. I'm too pretty for this. Like, you do
Yeah.
this.
No, I'll say I'm too pretty. And they're like, no, bitch, you're getting in there. And I'm going to be like, all right, you know what? I'm scared and I'm not doing it. No,
You'd be like, I peed my
no,
pants. I can't wrestle
no,
today.
no, no, not doing it. Not doing it. Not you. I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
You're not paying me enough for this.
That part. That part. You give me a payday that has over 4 zeros and I may consider it. But until then, no.
You'd be like, I peed my pants and pooped myself at the same time. Can't do the match. So
All
sorry.
that. All that. Is there a
I
word for
forgot to
that? I
fold
did
pudding.
that.
Sorry. That's how Joe gets out of a fight every time. Just kidding. No. I'm too
Yeah.
I hit him with I'm too pretty. I'm like, you want to break Michael? You want to hit this pretty face? Of course,
I'm so confused. You said that's how Joe gets out of a fight, and I was like, Joe Biden? Yeah, he's a pussy. He can't fight. Oh, but like I was confused. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, geez. So I was on your Instagram. I was checking out all your fun stuff with the wrestling, and also I noticed you like going to Arby's. You're an Arby's.
I love Arby's. Just so we're clear,
You're an
they
Arby's.
have the meat, and I am happy about it.
Well, I'm a big fan of Greek food, Jessie. And
I love Mediterranean food.
You talked about something that I was like, I felt like Mean Girls. Let's talk about this topic now. You put the gyro on a wrap. Let's talk about that, Jessie.
You know it looked good. You know it did.
It did. I just want to talk about that, like to intrigue my fans, my New Yorker fans that love their Greek food. Explain how delicious a gyro on a full wrap.
Oh my god. It's all right, number one, it is so fucking good. Like, so the very first time I ever had a lamb gyro, I don't know how the fuck it's said. And I say that because like I worked for a place called Trio's Pizza down in Florida, and they were Turkish, okay? And they called it a gyro.
Okay.
So the Turkish people that I worked for called it a gyro, but other people called it a gyro. I don't know. I don't care what it's called. It's delicious.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm always trying to watch my carbs and watch my calorie intake. So usually I carry my own wraps or something with me, but I was like, oh, shoot, I ain't got none. So I went there and I was like, hey, and this is me at the intercom. I'm like, hey, y'all, sorry, I'm a dumb redneck. And I usually use that as a start off because I sound like a dumb redneck when I'm talking to them. So they're like, yeah, I believe you because you sound kind of hickish. And I'm like, hey, would y'all mind putting one of your wraps that's for your market fresh thingies? But if I order one of them gyro thingies, would you put that on the wrap for me? And I think that they just thought it was so funny the way I talk, and they were like, sure, we'll do that for you, you dumb hillbilly. And it was so good.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. You're brilliant. We need more of you in this world, Jessie. We need more of you. If my fans want to get any like Jessie Belle like merch or like stickers or anything, is there anything out there of Jessie Belle that we could pick up? Anybody wants to buy anything?
I ain't quite sure how much Jessie Belle stuff that there is, but there is Jessie Jones stuff.
Okay.
And you can go on to prowrestlingtees.com. And honestly, y'all, I am so technological. I'm trying not to get in trouble with the words that I use because I'm dumb as hell.
You're not dumb.
So you can go on to prowrestlingtees.com and you can look up Jessie Jones, or you can look up Woman of Wrestling, and you can find me, or you can find my Make Wrestling Great Again hat, or you can find multiple shirts. You can put in Jessie Jones or Jessie Belle Smothers, but if you want to follow me, it's going to be pretty much on Facebook. It's going to be Jessie Belle. On Instagram and Twitter, it's going to be Jessie Jones. I ain't got nothing else. If it's anything else, it's something that they set up for me and that they wish that I would keep up with, but I'm just too country to care and just got way too much going on.
Pretty redhead Joe will never get.
Yeah.
I'm too short. You probably would look down at me like, Joe's little. What a little man. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. And then you're probably going to see a bunch of GoFundMe-ish, but not through GoFundMe's. Because like literally I have surgery scheduled on the 6th of January for a double mastectomy, and then I'm going into chemo, and then I'm going into radiation, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I'm acting like it's all cool, and I'm not scared, but like, for real, y'all, it's a lot. I'm not Superwoman. I'm actually pretty nervous.
Air
But
hugs, Jesse. Air hugs. Dudes at
air
Ringside is
hugs.
in your
Yeah.
corner, Jesse. We're in your corner. Girl.
Any way that you want to help me, any fans or anything, you can go to my we're not gonna do the GoFundMe, just because they take a lot, and there's like a lot of that. So, but there will be shows being done in my hometown and around my hometown, and then we'll be taking donations, like either straight through my PayPal, which is my email, jessiebell2010@gmail. And then also you can always go to prowrestlingtees.com, get my t-shirts, get my hats, do stuff like that. And then, you know what? The biggest thing that I ask people to do is just pray, because I'm a Christian. I believe, I'm saved by grace through faith, and I'm grateful for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So if people can just like pray for me, like, that's the greatest thing that you can do. And if you want to help beyond that, just send something to my PayPal, or grab something off of my Pro Wrestling Tees. And just watch and stay along. Like, I love wrestling. I love entertaining. I love my fans. I love everything. I love everything about this sport, and I'm a Christian through and through. So I'm always gonna be like, by the grace of God, everything and anything is possible. So if all you can do is send me a prayer, I'd appreciate that.
Big time. All of us dudes at Ringside fans are like Ringside crew are praying for you, Jesse. Speedy recovery, and hopefully everything works out for you. We love you, Jesse. Before we go, if there was any young 18-year-old to 19-year-old male or female that want to get into the business, just getting into it, what kind of advice would you have for them?
I would say, make sure that it's absolutely everything that you want. Make sure that you are ready to dedicate your whole life to it. If you are, then you need to get training by an accredited training facility, whether it's a person or whether it's a school. I would recommend Ohio Valley Wrestling or Monster Factory or Team 3D or Ricky Morton, or, make sure whoever you're getting trained through has produced superstars. And make sure that you're ready to sacrifice everything, because I spent Christmases and Easters and birthdays. I missed funerals and reunions and everything. Like, wrestling is something that takes everything. If you want to do it and you want to get there, you have to be willing to give it your all. So go get your training through somebody who has produced stars, and be ready to give it your all. And something that Pops used to always say to me is, no matter how hard you are training and no matter how hard you are dieting, there is somebody that's working 10 times harder than you, and you need to outwork them. Because wrestling's an ugly business, you know what I mean? And so you gotta be willing to fucking get out there and get at it.
Definitely. Jesse, I want to thank you so much for coming on Dudes at Ringside. You finally got this done, Jesse. Please, if you have a chance, please tell your friends to check out the Dudes at Ringside podcast if they're any of your indie friends. Let's definitely give this young lady a follow. Give her some prayers. Give her some PayPal, because she really needs it. She's going through a lot right now.
Prayers are needed most.
Yes. I'm Joe Panther III. And this is Jessie Belle, the awesome third generation like myself. And we will catch you in the next one.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.